Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Flaws, and in this video we're going to be going over Brimstone, smokes, and mollies on split. We're going to be starting on the attacker side and then moving to the defender side. Over on the A site for attackers, you can molly ramp by jumping up on this box with gravel in it right here. Line yourself with the corner, and then you'll see right here on the wall, just aim at the right vine right here, right in the middle, and shoot it off like that. That's going to land in this corner. The reason you have to jump up on that box is because it won't get actually in this deep corner if you don't. So that's just a way to clear it out. To molly heaven at the start of the round, just push up against this box like this. You'll see right here, you can actually see the corner of the building, and then there's a pipe. Just aim in between the corner of the building and the pipe, so right about there, or the left side of the pipe. And shoot your molly off like that. It's going to bounce once off that heaven wall. As you can see, there's a little bit coming out of heaven. And it gets in this angle where you can actually peek out of heaven, so they take damage if they're going to be pushing through it. If you want to molly the backside hall, what you can do is jump up on this planter box right here. You'll see right here there's this actual leaf that's coming out of this wall, and then there's a building in the far distance right there. Just put it in the middle of both of those, so middle of where the leaf would be in this building. So right here, shoot a molly off like that. This one doesn't have to be perfect. I just used that lineup as a reference. And that's going to land in this back halls area, so that if anybody does peek you on this side, they're going to have to re-peek you, because they can't go back to the site with this molly up. If you're playing for late round, what you can do is push up against this planter box. If you planted default, you can aim at the top right of this triangle in the building, shoot molly off like that. If you planted for heaven, you actually aim at the left side. It's the same basic lineup like that. You'll see that first one lands on backside for that default plant spot right here. And then if you plant it for heaven, this one's going to molly that off. So you guys can use this in your game, obviously, if you don't want to peek for that last kill and you just want to push them off the bomb. If you're trying to molly all different parts of the back of the site, the first one you can do is push up into this box like this. You'll see right here there's a blue space in the wall that opens up. Just come to the front of it and then just go a little bbit more into it on the roof right here. So as you can see, just right about there. It is a difficult lineup, but this one's the only one I actually know from safe locations. So that first one's close to sight in the deep part of it, and then this one is just in the middle of this black space right here. That one's for the plant behind the box, and then for your third one, it's actually this part on the building, and then you just come over to the roof from that. So I'm going to show all three right now. The first one right here, shoot it off just like that. The second one right in the middle of the black space, like that, and then the third one out of that building. So I'll show what it looks like on the site for all three of these. Obviously you wouldn't shoot all three of these off at the same time, it's just for when you plant in that spot. First one right here, that's for the back of site. This one's for default, and then if you wanted to plant in this corner, that's for the third one. So you guys should definitely use this in your game, and if you're in that post-plant position where you just don't want to peek, you can use these. The smokes I usually use when I'm taking the A site is I'll push this corner right at the start of the round. I'll put one towards heaven, just like that. I'll put one at the top of the ramp, and then I'll put one to the right side of this back halls position. Just making sure that you actually block off this angle right here. So I'll show that right now.
Smokes down.
One for ramp, one for heaven, and then this back halls person can't see anything while you're running to the site. So that's really good, just so you guys can have like a really quick take on the site. I like this one in particular because you don't have to put it in this actual location. You can put it right here. That way if this person peeks out, they can't see anything. They have to wide swing, and in that time frame you can already be on the site. So you guys can use this in your games, and it's really good just to take the site quickly. Probably the best Brimstone smoke on any map at the start of the round is actually in middle on split. So right at the start of the round, just pop it right there. Basically what this does is anyone behind it has no information if you guys are creeping up. Or if they're playing in these corners, you can just nade them if they're playing close. Basically, you just get set up in middle, and this just makes the defending side have a really difficult time of holding middle. If you're taking middle, a really good Molotov from the A side is right when you come out of this middle area, you line up this piece of tape of the box with this middle of the light. So just like that. Aim right where the outline of the box ends on the tape, so right there. And shoot your molly off like that. This actually bounces off the top of this roof right here and gets this back corner, so if anyone wants to go for a peek at the start of the round, they're either going to have to stand on the molly and take a lot of damage, or they just have to fall off. So it's really good to clear that annoying angle out. On the attacking side, if you want to molly heaven, just come to this corner right here, jump up like this. You'll see right here there's a corner of the building. Just come from that corner to the middle of this line in the end of the building, so right here. And you shoot your molly off like that. Just gonna go over and land in heaven and on that catwalk, so if anyone's running out, they can't actually rotate back into the site safely. So I'll show you that right now. It's gonna land just like that. So if anyone's coming through the catwalk, obviously they're gonna have to take damage, or just go a different route. So it's really good, so you don't have people just sitting up here on the rotate, waiting for you on the back of the site. If you plant the bomb safely, you can actually push up in this corner late round. Aim at the top of the building right here on the right side of this thing that glows up, and shoot a molly off like that. You can also molly this spot for the tunnel, the plant for the tunnel, by coming to the corner of this building, and then just pull a little bit to the right of this beam that goes up like this. So right about there. So that first one's like that, and then what I just showed you guys is like that. So going to the site right now, I'll show you guys what it looks like. If you plant it in this corner right here, anyone on it is going to get burned in your molly. Same if they're in the back of this corner right here. You plant for that safe spot. Anyone defusing is also going to get mollied. So it's really good for those after plant positions, and you don't have to peek into these angles. While you're taking the B site, good smokes to use are obviously one towards heaven right here. You can use one in the back of the rotate position, and then also one just to cut off this actual back of the site right here. I'll use this just kind of like to throw off my usual take, so that way heaven smoked off, you can just wrap on the site and then kill this guy backside just holding the smoke. Maybe he doesn't know if you guys are actually out here. If you don't want to use this way, you can obviously just do that standard one front site right here, one for heaven, so right about there. That's on the catwalk actually, it's a little bit better. And then just one to block off this person in the back of the site.
Smoke's down.
This way you can actually just run to the site. The person in heaven can't see you in these little cracks in the smoke. Get the bomb down, or the spike down, and then you can actually push this person after the smoke's faded and you already have the plant down, or this person might just push out through the smoke and you have a free kill that way. So just two different ways to take the B site, and you guys can use either or. If you're playing over on the A site on defense and you want to get aggressive, you can back yourself into this heaven corner at the start of the round. You'll see right here there's this dark part of this huge building that meets this wall and this corner of the other building. Just aim at the point where they meet and shoot your molly off like that. While you're running up, you can also put a smoke down right about there. Basically this molly is just going to push anyone out of this corner, so they have to fight you, and then the smoke just basically helps you take individual gunfights so no one can really trade those kills. This is just really good with using limited utility to get a lot of advantage at the start of the round, so you guys should definitely be using this in your games. If you're playing the ramp position at the start of the round, you can jump up on this box like this. You'll see right here there's the corner of the building. Just shoot your molly off like that. Basically this is going to cover this entrance, just giving you a little bit more space at the start of the round. A lot of the times if you're playing middle, you're going to get pushed off at the start of the round, but what you can do is line up with the middle of this elevator. You'll see this dark spot on the wall, and it kind of comes out right here. Just aim in the middle of the dark spot where it comes out, and shoot your molly off like that. That's going to bounce a couple times on the stairs, but what this does is anyone on the stairs is going to be forced to have a gunfight with you, and you're basically going to win this gunfight the majority of the time because they are running up the stairs and they're sitting in a molly. If nobody does fight you, you can actually creep up and just take a better angle. If you're rotating from mid to B, you can actually just push up against this flower pot like this. You'll see there's this little seam on the catwalk right here, and where it touches the angle, just shoot your molly off like that. What that's going to do is basically anyone planting will be in this Molotov, as you can see right here, so they're going to be taking damage, and they are forced to unpeak, and that way you can just swing out of the catwalk and kill them. So it's a really good way just to clear that default plant position, or if you guys want to use this late round, you can obviously force someone out of this box area. If you're retaking the B site, you can back up into this corner like this. Aim right about here, so like the middle of the door height, right on this pink wall, and shoot your molly off like that. This is going to clear this closed heaven corner, so a lot of people like to play this. It's going to push him into a weird spot, and you should be able to hear him in the process. So it's just a really good way to clear out this annoying corner. If you're retaking B from your spawn, you can actually just walk up. Right when you pass this window, just aim at the top of this building right here, on the corner, and you shoot a molly off like that. The lineup doesn't have to be perfect, as you guys just saw, I did it really quickly. And that's just going to molly the default spot, as you can see right there. So anyone planning default, it's going to be mollied out. This way you don't have to peek out all the way and try to stop the plant, and then have someone swing on you from right here. So it's just basically can win you around by dropping the bomb very late, or you guys can just use this to maybe get a free kill on the planter. If I'm retaking the B site, I'll usually use a smoke right here towards heaven. And then the second one I'll put is actually a little bit deeper in this tunnel.
Smoke's down.
And I'll pop them open like this. So that way I don't have to worry about anyone wrapping on me and swinging on me right here as I'm fighting the default and backside spots. You can actually use the smoke later in the round just to walk behind it and get kind of a cool angle towards the people that are holding maybe an off angle for the site. Obviously this one in the tunnel, I'll show you guys right now, I'll put it back up. You want it to land so that this angle right here is covered, but it doesn't go out so far that they can just walk behind the smoke and kill your player's heaven. But basically you guys should use the smoke if you're retaking the site, and it's really good to isolate angles. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below. Comment what agents you guys want to see in the future. And if you guys want to see more Valorant videos, consider subscribing. Otherwise, flaws out.